Today we're going to have a look at the new Slaanesh models, and we're going to have a look at what Slaaneshi stuff I have inside this box. Plus I'm going to show you how I'm getting on painting my 36 Slaanesh Noise Marines. In today's new Slaanesh model madness video, it's coming right up. Oosh! Saved by Slaanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to keep up to date with the Wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. And remember, I upload on a Monday, Thursday and Saturday every week. Right, time to have a closer look at the new Slaanesh models that Games Workshop have recently announced. I am going to have a look at these models and let you know what I think of them. So let's take a look at the new models. Okay, so first of all we've got the Keeper of Secrets. Now of course all of these new Slaanesh models are based around Age of Sigmar, but the great thing about having a Slaanesh army is you can use that in 40k as well, which of course is what I am going to do. It's quite interesting, the little read up that Games Workshop have put here. Slaves to darkness, at once monstrous and beautiful, the new Keeper of Secrets is one of the most striking and unusual Warhammer miniatures ever designed. Drawing on decades of art and lore, this model managed the nigh impossible task of creating a creature that's both terrifying and alluring, sinuous, elegant and predatory. It's the epitome of everything fans love about Slaanesh. So yeah, I mean, I must admit, when I first saw this model, I wasn't really sure if I liked it or not. And I have to say, I think now I do like it. I think it does actually look pretty awesome, especially compared to the previous model. And as Games Workshop said there, it's quite difficult to make a model which is both terrifying and alluring. Now, looking closely at the model, there's one thing I don't really like about it, and that's how the cape is attached to the arm. I know that does give that sort of elegant princess type look. However, it's totally impractical, especially those arms are the ones where she has the sword, he has the sword, she has the sword. Yeah, it's pretty cool as a model, but I just don't like that sort of cape attached to the arms. That really doesn't make sense. Of course, they've got those huge crab claw sort of arms at the back there. Not really sure I like that pose too much. However, what can you do with those huge claws? But I am pleased to see them on there because that does match the rest of my army quite well. The model looks to be very big, judging from the video that they put out. I'm really hoping we get some options with this model, maybe a few different head options. But overall, I'm actually very happy with this model and I'm looking forward to putting it into my army. So I think well done Games Workshop on this model. Okay, so next up is these two models here. Now the one on the right is the new mask model. To be fair, it's not that much difference than the previous one, but it does look to be more detailed. It's probably going to be in plastic. I certainly hope so. Now the one on the left there, I must admit, I'm not 100% sure what that's supposed to be. I think it might be a demon champion. It does mention Herald in the text, but it doesn't look like the Herald to me. I'm not too familiar with Age of Sigmar, so let me know what that is supposed to be in the comments box below. And I must admit, some of these other models here, I'm not really 100% sure what they are. So you've got this one here, looks to be some sort of mirror or portal with two demon-et type figures next to it. And of course, we have the new spell models, which, let's face it, they look really cool. I don't think I'll be buying them because of course I can't really use them in 40k, unless maybe I could use them as objective markers. But overall, wow, what a fantastic Slaanesh release. I am really happy with this. Now that may be the new Games Workshop released models, however I've also got this box containing some new Slaanesh models for myself. Now this box came from one of my subscribers, DMC Draws, also known as Dal. a massive thank you to you, Dal, because not only have you sent me this box today, but you've sent me quite a lot of other stuff over the last couple of years, and I do really appreciate it. So a massive thank you to you and all of your support that you give me on the channel. Right, let's go table down and have a look what exactly Dal sent me. Okay, so let's find out what is in this box. Of course, I've taken the address labels off. So, in this box, we have... Ta-da! Wow. What can I say, Dal? This is just awesome. First of all, we've got a Seeker Chariot of Slaanesh. And underneath, we have Seekers of Slaanesh. How cool is that? We've also got a couple of other bits here, which I'll just show you in a second. So we've got two deep cut unicorns. These are actually for Necron Girl, so thank you, Dal. I know she's gonna love painting those. What we might do actually is we might paint one each. Be pretty cool, so thanks very much for that. But of course, these are the Slaanesh models. Now, I don't own any of these, so it's absolutely amazing to be able to have these for my army. Now, this one here, I must admit, looks really cool. I like the idea of this sort of chariot design. Very cool. Can't wait to get these open. If you want to see an unboxing, and we all know I make the best unboxings on YouTube of these models, then let me know in the comments box below. I cannot wait to get working on these. Okay, so there you go. A massive thank you once again to Dal from DMC Draws. I really appreciate those models. Now, I, of course, have been very busy painting my 36 Noise Marines. That's what I want to show you next. Now, you may have seen my 13-day long painting vlog when I was painting the pink on the Noise Marines. Now, the pink is finally done, and I'm very proud to say that I've been painting for 1 hour once a day since January the 1st. That's been using my double one painting ritual. If you haven't heard of it, I'll link you up to that video in the description below. Now, there's no doubt that painting the pink gloves on these Noise Marines was the hardest thing to do. They are pretty detailed. So let's go table down and have a closer look at how these models are coming along. Okay, so here are my 36 Noise Marines. So I've done quite a lot since you saw them last. First of all, I went in and I went over all of the black armour, just tidying it all up. I then washed the gold, the silver, the skin on the armour, and also the skulls and horns and some of the other details. I pin washed the pink just in the recesses. And then I painted the pink, the next layers, which are pink horror, over the top of the Screamer pink base coats. I've also been painting the guitars and the skull on the Champions backpacks, which I asked for advice for in the previous video. So we'll have a closer look at those and some of the other models right now. Okay, so here is a closer look at some of the normal guys. So yeah, the pink, as I said, I went in with pink horror over the top of the base coats, several coats of pink, and it took me about an hour a model, so pretty time consuming, but at the end results I think look really good. Next up, I'm going to highlight that with Emperor's Children pink. First of all though, I'm going to edge highlight the silver, and I'm going to work on the gold, which of course both have already been washed. Once all that is done, then I just have the fine details to do, so I've still got to highlight the skin, which is on some of the armour, and of course I've got things like the skulls, the horns, and the Blood Angel's head coming around on this spike. I'm really happy how they're looking at the moment, and I think they're really starting to look like Emperor's Children models. So let's have a closer look at the champions. Okay, so here are the champions. Now, 3 of these guys are magnetised, so the backpacks and the guitars come off, so I can make them into normal guys if I'm using them in 3 sets of 12 rather than 6 sets of 6. Now, regarding the guitars, I did go for my original idea. I wanted to paint them like Prince Cloud guitars, or at least the colours of them. So I went for purple, yellow, blue, white, black and an orange colour. I'm thinking I probably won't actually wash these guitars. I think I want them nice and bright because that's how the Prince guitars are. I do have to go in and do a little bit more detail, do the secondary colours on the guitars. So for example, on the white one, he's got some gold like section, so I need to add that to the guitars. I think they look really cool, and I don't think they look too out of place either. Right, let's have a look at the back of these guys. Okay, so this is the back of the models. Now in the previous video I said I didn't have any idea how to paint the little demon face on the backpack, and you can see I've painted it now. I actually got inspired watching that video back. I put a picture of my demon princess in that video, which I'll show you now. And if you have a close look at it, you can see that that demon face, which is on the backpack, is also on the tabard of the demon princess, and I painted that in a silver colour with a purple wash and then highlighted it up. So that's what I've done on the backpack, so I've just duplicated that. So at the moment it's painted silver and it's got the purple wash on. Of course I've still got to highlight it, but I think it works really well. Actually I'm really happy with it, and of course it's going to match the rest of the army as well. Now if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet, start now, hit the Edic Beer icon. And if you want to see some of my other Slaanesh videos, then check out those two playlists just there. Beam me up.